Hello, PJ Simmons here, agent to all the stars, or at least Matt Cardle, Lindsay Lohan, Devon, and Nanny Prescott. And let me just tell you, I have just gotten back from a lovely, okay, I ain't gonna lie, an interesting evening at the Oscars. Yes, I was there, even though none of my two present sort of famous clients were there. Although I have started to bring my services to the likes of Chris Brown and Rihanna, and at the moment we are in talks. But hopefully, if we get settled, I will be representing them. I know I get some of the best cases imaginable. Anyway, let's not digress. First of all, I must tell you how we got there because it was quite interesting. We had to go from Chichester all the way to Hollywood. There was no route, so we had to get the train. And during getting the train, there was this guy and another guy. They were doing some video footage, and one of them was dressed up like the Joker, which, to be honest, with that whole craziness, that was a bit too much for me already. I thought I was in Hollywood, so I saw the cathedral, realised it was still Chichester. But anyway, there was a guy, and he was called Joe or something, singing, "Am I the Joe or the Joker?" To be honest, if you're at that level where you can't distinguish yourself from a fictional character, there's mental asylums. But I digress, because Nicki Minaj is already famous, and to be honest, that woman's most likely possessed, so let's not get into conversation. But we saw them filming somewhat. It was quite interesting, I ain't gonna lie, with someone breaking down in the middle of nowhere. Or Chichester is the middle of nowhere, but hence, I do digress. So we got the train all the way to Gatwick. Then during Gatwick, oh, that was awful. For some reason or other, we wouldn't be in first class. I mean, who does not know Devon? Okay, let me rephrase the question. Who does know Devon? So no wonder. But even so, we had to sit next to the first guy who won the X Factor in the airplane. I mean, in the plane, and that was really awkward because he started asking questions like, "Do you know me? Do you remember me?" It was really uncomfortable. He was then trying to big his name up, and then I was like, "What was your first album called?" At that point, even he struggled what it was called, because I don't think anyone actually knows what it was called. But that was really awkward. But we got to, sorry, there's some randomness on my table. We got to the Oscars, or Hollywood. That's when it gets crazy. If you think Croydon's bad, all the druggies, crazy people, loonies, and people who just pee on the middle of the side of the sidewalk, go to Hollywood. That's intensified about 10 times. Half of the celebrities do seriously need to be locked up. Either that or I need to represent them because I need so much more money. But we were there, and then Devon started asking for some free chicken wings. That didn't go on too well with anybody, since no one actually knew what a KFC was. They were more into their Colonel Fried Chicken. But we did do not worry, we did do some rubbing with the stars, or soda rubbing with the stars. I did try to talk to Richard Gere. That didn't go down too well, because I thought he was someone completely different. I didn't even know it was Richard Gere. I thought it was just one of the waiters of the whole complex, but he was there. I did try to talk to Catherine Zeta-Jones, but I just mistook her for some random nobody who was there to escort somebody. I don't know. So I did try to talk to Daniel Day-Lewis. I failed miserably. I was telling him about the film idea I had of Castaway 2, where he was going to be the shark. But since he was just about, as everyone knew, about to win his third Oscar, he was a bit like, that would be a bit too degrading for me. Okay, he didn't actually say that. His publicist of his publicist actually said that. So it wasn't the greatest time. Never. But Devon finally met his idol, Susan Boyle, for only 2 minutes, and that was a bit. She couldn't understand him because he was like. Every time he kept on opening up his mouth, and to be honest, I do that sometimes. I just learn to do more of this whenever he talks. So he doesn't know. I think he's an absolute nutcase. But anyway, in the end, after we went through the security checks, and they thought literally that Devon was about to rob the place, and that Nanny Prescott was a terrorist. That was really bad playing on all our parts. We were then escorted to the seats in the used to be section stroke the wannabe section. Now this section, there was the used to be funny section, which the likes of Will Ferrell, Jack Black, and who's Zoolander Man, Steve, ooh. Ben Stiller, sorry, don't know where Kid Steve came from. Anyway, so they start, and the used to be funny section. The never funny section was when Seth wasn't doing anything. Seth MacFarlane, he was actually occupying that seat, and along with the likes of I think Ricky Gervais even bagged that chair, and Nick Frost, Simon Pegg, all those people. There was going to be an honorary seat for the never funny section for James Corden, but they already had his one on the Brits, so they didn't want to, compromise too much. But we were more in the wannabe section, which meant we had to sit next to Nicki Minaj and Kim Kardashian throughout the entire proceedings. And since they thought everything Seth MacFarlane said was so funny, it was quite drying at least to be sitting next to them. I did try and strike a conversation with Nicki Minaj, but since the girl doesn't even speak proper English, or somewhat diluted, convoluted, it was very hard to get a conversation out of. I am not going to lie. But lo and behold, Devon failed to ambush the Oscars. He did try to get into the opening number, which the song title was so crude I can't even say it to you. But he did want to try and go, Devon, turn you on. Devon, turn you on. But yes, that was that ambition was thwarted when he was rugby tackled by Matt Damon, Ben Stiller, Ben Affleck, and all these other people. So Adele, Melissa McCarthy, everyone just rugby tackled him as soon as he tried to get on the stage. So yeah. So that was our Oscar experience, and now Devon's currently in jail, but I am bailing him out soon. And if you know any celebrities, I do need to continue to get to be accustomed. I want to continue to be accustomed to my living. So if you've got anyone out there who I could represent very well, please send them forward. Thank you.